Good morning, Niagara. You're tuned to Car Connection, where the coffee's hot, the tools are always ready, and the talk is always tuned up. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you straight from the Car Connection Workshop, where we mix a little humor, a little know-how, and a whole lot of horsepower. Here it's not just about fixing cars, it's about keeping you rolling and saving you money, and giving you the confidence to understand what's under that hood. From the classics to the commuters, the weird noises, and those what the heck moments, we've got you covered. So grab your coffee, sit back, join the crew, because this is Car Connection, your Monday through Saturday morning pit stop for stories, smarts, a few good laughs. And I'm Niall Motormouth Jenkins, and we are shifting into drive this early Monday morning. And it has been a very wet couple of days, but we will have our Monday weather report coming up in just a few moments. If you're in the queue to get through the drive-through, it is a beginning of a brand new week. Pay close attention to your order, that it is in order. We'll have our morning swiggy in just a moment. If you're joining us for the very first time, we love our first-time listeners. We're about ready to, we're very close to heading into season 3. But no worries, if you're just joining us for the first time, all our podcasts upload to our YouTube channel, and all those things can be found on the homepage of our website. So if you'd like to follow the builds and repair work that we do in the shop, you can do so from the homepage of our website at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. CCBUS is in SamNET.com. That's the short form. So if you're a rapid typer like I'm not, the short form works really, really well. But before you ask, couldn't you get it any shorter? Well, I could if the fella that actually owns CCBN would come to his senses and actually, put a price tag on it that's reasonable. But would you pay $5,000 to $6,000 for a CCBN? Just to own the URL? No. There's a lot better things that we can put those funds into if we have them to help others, not just that. So I thought I'd explain that, because somebody was asking, well, can you? There's always those people out there. Well, couldn't you always just, they have all the answers to everybody else's life's problem, but their life is a mess. So let's move on. Just leave it at that. It's a train wreck. All right. Again, on the homepage of our website, you'll find all the logos for all the program partners that bring this podcast and our YouTube channel to you, because we are not monetized yet, but Skippy and I have been working extremely hard to do that. You can help us out simply by not being one of those 82% that are not subscribed to our YouTube channel. And what is the purpose of the YouTube channel? To teach you the 5 things: what it is, where it is, how it works, how you broke it, and just by learning some basic fundamentals of vehicle ownership, how you could save yourself thousands and thousands of dollars. Because owning and operating an older automobile, it's not about mileage. Mileage does not matter. Maintenance matters. And I'm going to program you with that, because that is the truth. You can stop by anytime, visit our driveway. You'll see older vehicles in top drawer condition. It doesn't happen by itself. You've got to have a maintenance plan. And if you follow that maintenance plan religiously, you don't need to give up your vehicle. You just don't. And this morning's topic, vehicle shopping? Really? Well, I'm going to cover that off with 5 things. So if you or someone you know is going to be out there, you're considering getting out of your automobile and saying, I'm not putting any more money into it, I'm going to give you 5 things to ponder. 5 things to ponder. So stick around for that. Also on the homepage of our website, the top right-hand corner is an important corner. Find all the platforms that we're available on. All our podcasts upload to our YouTube channel the very same day. So when this podcast is scheduled, once I get off the air, it will be, and it will be up on our YouTube channel. So there's over 450 pieces of information for you to enjoy on our YouTube channel that takes you right from how to check fluids, how to test a battery, how to test antifreeze, How do you understand the writing on the sidewall of a tire? All those basic things are what I break down for you in a 15 to 20 minute video. So we're working really hard to get down to 15-minute segments, but without sacrificing unpacking what it is that we're working on. Now, there's some people on the planet that would like you to sew the whole thing up in less than 3 minutes, but they can go watch a channel somewhere else. I don't care. You know, it's like Yan Can. You don't have to eat it if you don't like it. And that's it exactly. I don't kowtow to those types of people. You know, if your life is that tight that you can't spend 3 minutes to the introduction, then you know what? Yeah, unsubscribe, go to another channel, because it's all about teaching. I'm teaching. Those videos are teaching you, unpacking everything so that you get a really good understanding of what it is we're talking about. Because it's not live and you can't ask questions live like Skippy does. She does a good job at throwing a question at me that maybe some of you might be thinking, and then unpack that question, not just give you a bum fluff answer. So there's the explanation. I'm not getting into that anymore. Whoever that person is, please just go do something else, because the channel's not for you. Yeah. So if, you know, I'm not just going to give you a yes, no answer. Where's the teaching in that? How are you breaking that down enough to learn algebra if you just go, well, x is y and y equals this and e equals mc squared, and there's the number. Try putting that on a math exam, just writing the answer. See how many math exams you're going to pass. 0. You have to show them how you came about the answer. And that goes for the same when we're building engines. We have to measure everything. We have to determine what's usable, what is not, what needs to be machined, and why, and how many thousandths of an inch. You have to go through the details. And vehicle ownership is all about details. That's where I was getting with that. It's owning an older automobile. Mileage doesn't matter. Maintenance does. It's all about details. So the homepage, Instagram, Facebook, Stevensvilleontheweb.ca. That's where you'll find reels and bloopers that Skippy puts together. Today is video shooting day, so everything is moving along extremely fast on Mondays so that we can be ready for the rest of the week. 2 for Tuesday, 1 for Friday, 3 new videos every single week. We've got some wrap-ups to take care of today. Parts are in now. And that's becoming a challenge. So I just wanted to mention that too, is be prepared. If you're heading out on vacation, getting parts, man, 6 days, 3 days is a score. That's like bonus. Oh, you have that in stock today? Wow, that's a yippee. Yippee! Exactly. We're dealing with time. So if you need to get your vehicle into the shop and get it inspected pre-vacation travel time, you might want to get on that sooner than later, because getting parts is starting to be a bit of a challenge, and that's why we're just shooting videos today. I finally got the parts and we started the projects and already posted videos 2 weeks ago. So just saying, that's where we're at. So plan ahead, because us technicians, there's nothing we can do. Nothing. And if the part comes in correct, and that's happened on the one, you'll see the video, the 2009 Hyundai Accent, ordered the parts. It was written, the specs were correct online in the description, but when it arrived, was not the right part. So now you're back to square one and you're losing time. So get ready for that vacation. Don't leave it the week before. I would highly recommend give yourself 2.5, 3 weeks out. So that way, if there's anything that does develop on your car, you can get it back in time and get you down the road. So again, if you're just visiting, all the links are on the top right-hand corner of our homepage. And yes, we've been asked several times now, do you have merch? We have our merchandise store put together by Total Freedom Addiction Campuses, and it's called Freedom Expressions. And all our gear is there. They make it on site. They ship it directly to your door. And we don't ask for any proceeds whatsoever. Just make the products that we request available, get them out to you, the viewer or listener, in a timely fashion, and put the proceeds towards getting that next person to a Total Freedom Addiction campus in Canada or U.S. So together, we can take a stand and make a difference in someone else's life. So let's jump into our morning swiggy. We got weekend weather, not weekend weather. We did that. Weekend was a bit kooky this week around the lake area. We had some nasty storms yesterday. Oh my goodness, the wind was pretty wicked. Nothing like what Saskatchewan had with that F3 tornado. Please pray for those people out there. There's like total loss. It was 556 feet wide. That is, and I saw it on video. It was like I've been out in the farm field through a hurricane, through a tornado, and I'll tell you, I can recall it like it happened yesterday. We were out in the field in the middle of July, and the place went black. It was very scary, very, very scary. So let's pray for those who have suffered total loss out in Saskatchewan. So, let's have our morning swiggy. Let's say thank you to our good friends, Tony Mielli. I was just talking to our CFP, Tony Mielli, on Saturday morning after our Q&A session here in the Car Connection Workshop, and Larry Tetro. These guys are two of the best in Canada, period. And they're going to be, at some point, going to retire out. So you want to take advantage of their expertise in working with investment portfolios of all kinds. If you have them at the bank, you really need to get them out of there. Trust me, you need to let the guys, whether you work with with Tony or Larry, you need to let them have a look at what's going on there, because you could be doing a whole lot better. And just ask some of my friends that took that hour and a coffee discovery meeting and made some changes. So if you're drowning in debt, you don't have an estate plan, you've got 18-year-old kids living at home and you're not their health proxy, that is a problem. If you're needing a mortgage arranging, I haven't been to a bank, had a bank mortgage for decades now, and I won't ever go back. I'm done with that. I love the service. The interest rates are always very competitive, but you're dealing with people that treat you like people. And that's what I really like. Life insurance and critical illness insurance, it may seem like an expense, but when you need it, it's a very wise investment. So you have an opportunity to get a 1-hour discovery meeting. I would highly recommend that you take that. Take it and run with it. We call it the hour and a coffee. Leave your wallet and purse at home. They're not going to be asking you for any money. They're going to be listening to see how they can help you. So with that, let's have our morning swiggy. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Larry. We appreciate all that you do. They've been my personal financial planners for over 20 years, and they are like my brothers from other mothers. They're fantastic to work with. You ready? We count it down, 3, 2, 1, and away we go. 3, 2, 1. Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's good, but I can't wait to get to the coffee pot. Having my herbals first. Keeps the motor running. Yeah, we got lots of shooting to do today. Lots of videos, new videos coming up all week. They're all nestled in already, but we're shooting new videos. We shoot new videos every Monday. So you get fresh material and a fresh series. And I have a series that we just can't seem to get to yet, but we will. We will get to it. And weekend weather, we did weekend weather. It was up and down all weekend. I don't know about where you live, but we've had some very heavy rains. And my friend Charlie he is a cash cropper, and he just managed to get the last of his crop in yesterday morning, very, very early, to beat the rains coming in. So rain has arrived here in the Niagara region and south shores of Lake Erie to help the farmers. They've got their fields planted, and perhaps they can catch up. Well, here's what we got for today. And it's not great, but it's not raining. It has stopped raining. Sun and cloud. Looks like we're going to tap out at about 66 degrees today. What do we got for precipitation? It's giving us a 0, so that's good. But we did need some rain. We really did. We did need some rain. The ground was cracking open, and we could almost see Australia. 51 degrees now, mostly cloudy. It's a chilly 51 out there. I've been out there about 4:30 this morning. Wind is making it feel cooler, about 44 degrees. Sunny conditions from 7 a.m. till noon, and with partly cloudy conditions expected at 12 p.m. Today's temperature range is from 51 to 66, and it's going to feel more like, here it is, 43 to 62. So we're chilling out today here in the Niagara region, but we're just going to take it one day at a time. How does that sound? You know, that's how you eat an elephant, my professor would say. One bite at a time. Don't be overwhelmed. Just one bite at a time. Yesterday, we tapped out at 72 degrees was the high, and the overnight low, 57. Our overnight low for tonight, good sleeping weather, 51 degrees. So thank you to our program partners. Niagara Block, we couldn't do what we're doing without them, but you have to have partnership to make stuff work. Doesn't matter what it is. You got to have sponsors. Somebody's paying for the package, if you know what I'm saying. So thank you to Niagara Block, Kathy, Dave, and Dan Grimo doing a fantastic job helping people get their construction underway. They produce all kinds of blocks there, cinder blocks of all styles, dimensions, and colors, as well as all the metal products that you would require to put your building together. Their specialty is in hardscape landscaping materials as well. So if you're looking to create a beautiful backyard space, they can help you do it from start to finish. They have everything there. And Kathy Grimo, she has a list of contractors that if you need a referral to get someone on it and get it estimated, designed, and on the calendar, Kathy Grimo is your contact person for that. They've been building Canada since 1931, so let's help them continue to do that. And our topic today brought to us by City Auto Sales and Leasing, providing us with low mileage, top quality vehicles at fair prices. Their Greater Toronto Area's premier pre-owned auto store. And it fits right in this morning. Earl and Louise Grant, they've been in the pre-owned vehicle business for almost 25 years now. They've been with Car Connection 7 years, going on 8 years. And you can go there and you can purchase with confidence and be treated with nothing less than honesty and integrity. I'll tell you, that is invaluable. It absolutely is 100% invaluable, folks, that you can go somewhere and know they're not selling you a piece of junk. They don't do that. Earl is very fussy at the quality of products that they bring in, and they're not going to sell you a skunk in a mink coat or somebody else's pig with lipstick on it. Yeah, exactly. We don't want lipstick on a pig, that's for sure. And having that peace of mind, first and foremost, if you're considering going out vehicle shopping, that's where you can relax. They have in-house leasing and financing. And Mama Louise, if she thinks you're getting in way over your head on being able to make the vehicle payment and also still having to maintain it because it is pre-owned, right? It's pre-owned. That means it's not brand new. She's going to have a little talk with you, but ultimately, if you choose to do that, you can do that. It's that simple. But it's great to know that we have a resource for you that you can go to. And if they don't have the vehicle you're looking for, they do carry a pretty decent inventory under roof and on the lot. Let them know what it is you're looking for, and Earl will let you know if it is out there. If there's anything out there that you're looking for specific, if it's any good, Earl will know where it is through the resources that they've created over the years to buy those low mileage quality vehicles. So I've got a checklist for you this morning. 5 things to consider if you're kind of making that decision that it's time for the vehicle to leave now. You don't want to just jump into it. You need to slow the decision process down in order to make this very important decision with knowledge, not emotion. Because, oh, are my muffins done? Because that is where the problems begin. The problems begin when you get caught up in the emotional portion of the sale, getting another car, and then the salespeople feed on that. They feed your emotion. And here's what can tend to happen, is you end up purchasing with emotion. It will net you out a very poor decision for the right year, make, and model. And once that honeymoon is over of having that fresh vehicle in your hands, regret sets in. And 44 years as an automotive service tech, I've seen that happen. I can't even begin to count on one hand, because then the regret sets in. You've discovered that it's not really it's not really the vehicle you expected it to be. Now you're locked in alone with it for 5 years or whatever it's come out to be. Now they're turning them out at 7 years. Now what? That's the question that comes up. So hopefully the 5 things that I give you will really help you to understand that this is a biggie. Next to buying property, this is huge. And it can mean 5 years of punishment of trading time for money, paying for a vehicle that you've discovered after the 6-month honeymoon is over. And so for some, it's less. And you figure out it's not comfortable. It has a blind spot. It doesn't handle the way it should. It really is not very helpful in my day-to-day schedule of things that need to get done with the kids and going here and going there. It turns into a very big disappointment, and a really heavy regret sets in. And so every day you look at the thing, you're going, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. You get buyer's regret. And I don't want that to happen to you. So here's the 5 things I've plugged together for you. And write them down. If you can't, then listen and re-listen. You'll find this podcast on our YouTube channel at Niall Motormouth Jenkins. You'll find us. We're on all platforms with our podcasts: Spotify, Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Podbean, wherever you plug in the search bar, Car Connection Workshop, we're there. You'll find us. So we're just about ready to head into season 3. That puts 200 podcasts in the library for you to search through. And yeah, there's lots of material on our YouTube channel now for you to really educate yourself on owning and operating an automobile. And yes, I yak. Okay? I've been in talk radio for 32 years. People want you to break things down into layman's terms so that they can fully understand it. So if you want the 30-second Cole's Notes version, you're going to have to go to another YouTube channel, because teaching means making sure that your students are fully understanding the whys and the hows and the whats in regards to what you're working on. So number 1 brings us to you're making that decision that you're going to get into another vehicle. My first question to you, it would be face-to-face, the why. Why are we jumping into another vehicle? Excuse me. I had to have that. I didn't think you'd mind, but I needed that. There we go. The why. I would look at you and say, okay, why? So you really have to take a look at answering that question openly and honestly. And I can't answer that for you, but I could help you with regards to your saying, maybe your why is, my vehicle's getting older, I need something more reliable. But then if you're not buying a brand new vehicle, which They're proving to not be reliable. So that's not working out for a lot of people out there right now. It's a disaster with a number of the car manufacturers, and they just simply need to stop putting profitability ahead of quality of goods provided to the consumer. It's that simple. When it's all about money and not putting out a quality product, then the consumer suffers. That's when you become a consumer. Why would you buy their product if it has a lot of problems? That's not reliability. And I'm going to say this straight up. You are never going to find a vehicle on the face of this planet, I don't care where it is, what year, make, or model, that's not going to need vehicle maintenance. Period. There, I've said it. So you've got to get past that part. When I hear someone say why they're replacing their vehicle is because I need something more reliable. Well, what's your spending limit? That's number 2. What's the budget? Because the budget is going to what? Well, you can't go shopping for a Ferrari on a beer budget. You know, there's no Cadillac at the bottom of a Cracker Jack box, and I'd leave it there anyway. Just saying, I used to drive that crap. And unbelievable. Worst cars on the freaking planet. I kid you not. Don't get my blood going. I'll need therapy, but horrible. Absolutely horrendously junk. Oldsmobiles, I liked Oldsmobiles. And I'll tell you a story about that at some other point, but the Oldsmobile was a much better vehicle, period, than the Cadillac could ever be. And there's a reason behind that. So, number 1, you need to come up with your why. If it's the only why you can come up with is that you need a more reliable vehicle. Number 2, the budget is what's going to depict what you can and cannot drive. Period. So you may have this glam vehicle in your mind, and just like I had a conversation with Paul, the parts guy at the local, one of the oldest Toyota dealers in Canada, and I said to Paul, is it true? I said, I just doing some research, $64,000 for a Toyota Tundra? He goes, no, that's too low. I go, okay, enlighten me. How far off? 78. 74 to 78 based on what trim package you want. And I said, wow. That's all I could say. I'm thinking, wow, 74 to $78,000. How many homes to work and time for money is that going to take to pay that off? A lot. And I said, my words out of my mouth to him next were, I'm buying terra firma before I'm paying for that. I said, I'll go to the U Pullet yard and scan the rows and say, can I buy that as is, where is? And take it back to the shop like we did with the 97 Jeep TJ Wrangler. And I had somebody here yesterday said, is that the Jeep I saw months ago all torn apart in a million pieces? I go, yeah. He goes, that looks pretty cool now. Does it run and drive? I go, oh, yeah. I said, we're just waiting for some cash to come in to do 2 things that I can't do myself. And that is, I want a custom exhaust kept nice and simple, and we need to replace a bracket on the front axle housing. I cannot get it straightened enough to get it aligned, so I found the bracket. So anyways, that's another story. You can watch that whole series of taking something that was going to go to the crusher and turning it into a vehicle, and wait till you hear the final numbers on what it costs to put that together. It's going to blow your stinking mind right off the planet. So 1, the why. 2, the budget. And I'm going to tell you what Tony Miele told me when I was hunting for a Toyota FJ Cruiser. He said, here's your budget. Don't call me and ask me for $1 more. Not $1. He says, if this is going to happen, you need to get X amount of money out of your vehicle that you currently have. And he said, I'll get the rest taken care of for you, but you don't get a penny more than this. So that means this number means you've bought it and it's going down the road. It's on the road. It's certified. It's ready to go. Exactly. So I'll tell you what that number was. I don't usually discuss numbers, but I think it's important in this case. So I was given $14,500 to find an FJ Cruiser. And a year later, I'm looking at the numbers. They're like 26, 28, 23, 17,995, and it's a piece of junk and beat up. And I like gave up. And then it was my producer on ESPN that found it while I was on the air. He goes, I found your truck. It's out in Kingston. And I talked to the lady, and months went by, and I got good money for my 98 Honda CRV. I got just shy of $5,000 for it, and it had 229,000 miles on it, and it's still going. So when all was said and done, the lady was asking $17,995, and I told her what my budget was, and she said, we'll help you get there. This is your truck. And that's how it all came together. Down the road for $14,500. Yeah, that was December 27th, 2013. So number 3, new or pre-owned. So your budget is going to, again, and I hope that whoever's your budget miser says, just like Tony said, your budget's $14,500. Don't call me for $1.50 more or even 99 cents. This is your budget. You got to make it happen for that. Or else it's just not going to happen. You stay with your older vehicle. And I was happy with that. It was in mint condition. I looked after it. And so your budget's going to depict whether you can go new or pre-owned. And for most, it's probably going to be pre-owned. So now you have to decide what year, make, and model. And I would recommend in knowing what's going on in the markets right now with vehicles that have multiple pattern failures, you don't want to get one of those because that's going to stress you right out, and it's going to end up costing you money out of your own pocket. So don't go there. So stay under 2020 would be my highest recommendation to you, is stay 2020 the limit. Stay out of the top 6 years because the manufacturers are dealing with their stuff and they deserve it. They know what they've done. We just have to be smart consumers, and I'm not going to get into the political background on that because it's been coming on for a long time, and now, you know what? As you sow, so shall you reap. That's where they're at. So suck it up, Buttercup. We're not going to buy your junk. So year, make, and model. Number 5, road tests. So whatever models you choose, and I've said this before, go to the dollar store, get yourself a little handheld spiral-bound notebook. On each page it will represent a vehicle that you're interested, curious at, and go and road test. You're not purchasing. Let's get that understood. You're road testing. And when you walk through the door and you talk to the salesperson, they're going to begin to sing a song and tap a dance to try and get you out the door with the vehicle that day. When you walk in, you say, I'm here to road test only this vehicle. I'm not here to buy. I need to road test this vehicle only today to see if it will work for me. So if you have 5 or 6 vehicles you're interested in, you have 5 to 6 pages in your little spiral-bound notebook with the year, make, and model on the page. Put a line down the center of the page. Keep it simple. Left side, things I like. So likes, dislikes. Go road test it. Have your pen and mark down what you liked about it and what you don't like about it. And then go and test drive the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. You do them all before you even get a set of keys. Because otherwise, purchasing with emotion will net you out a poor decision, and you will not get the right year, make, and model. You'll end up, once the honeymoon is over, with purchase regret. Once that sets in, now what? That's where you're going to be. Now what do I do? I'm into this thing. up to your forehead, and getting out is going to, you can get out, but it's going to cost you thousands to get out. You don't want to be in that corner. So, like I said, if you have 6 vehicles you're thinking about, then you have 6 pages. That means 6 road tests. And first and foremost, coming back to number 1, the why. Have you had the specific vehicle that you're saying it's time for it to go? Have you had it evaluated to see what it would need to bring it up to true standards? If it's only a few $1,000 and you just need to wash it, wax it, and love on it, if you're not doing that to the present vehicle, guess what you'll do to the next one, and the next one, and the next one? Because until you break that pattern of not wanting to look after it, then you're just going to net out the same results every single time. It's not that we plan to fail, it's that we fail to plan. So having a maintenance schedule that you can follow along with, and really take a hard look at your vehicle and say, how important to me is it to have a clean vehicle, inside, outside, and well maintained? How important is that to you? And this is your question for the day. How important is that to you on the scale of 1 to 10? And be honest. And write it down so your subconscious mind can see that. On a scale of 1 to 10, conscious mind, do I appreciate a clean vehicle, well maintained, inside, outside, and mechanically, on a scale of 1 to 10? And then answer it, put the number down, and stare at it for about 20 minutes and let it sink in. Because if the only reason why you're willing to go into debt, is because your vehicle's a slob fest inside, it's got more dents and dings than the Titanic has holes, and it's running like a piece of dog poo on the sidewalk. Not very well. Yeah, it's running like a piece of hoopty. What are you going to change when you get the next one? That's the other answer, the other question for today. So what are you going to change that's going to make the next vehicle better than the one you're just getting rid of? Because you know what? Those are the ones I buy. When I used to always grab, I called the $500 beauties. I would take that as long as it's solid and you can't climb into it from the outside with the doors and hatches all closed. It just needs some loving and some mechanicals, and all of a sudden, poof, Cinderella, just like that. The ugly duckling turns into a beautiful swan, and people would line up for them at the shop and say, "You getting any more of those $500 beauties, Motormouth?" I go, "Well, I'm looking. I'm eye spying." And you folks that would bring me the vehicle and go, "I'm not spending any more money on it. I'm done." And you know what would happen is, "Do you want it?" And I go, "What do you mean?" "Well, we'll just leave it here." And I'd say, "Well, I won't take it for free." No, we don't want any money. I'd give them some money anyway, because that's just the way I am. And you know what? I don't want it for nothing. So then I'd get the thing in the shop at nighttime, off the business record, and take the thing apart, clean it, love on it, do all the mechanicals, and then I just have to call some people on the list, say, "I got one ready. They're looking for something that's reliable and in good top condition for a son or daughter that's going to school or to their first job." And that's a perfect choice right there, because you're not giving them a brand new car or a vehicle that's a couple years old, because you know what? They're not angels when you're not around. They're going to drive it like they stole it when they're with their buddies. So you don't want to put a ton of money out, but you want them to be in a safe vehicle, and you want them also to have some skin in the game. So they need to put some money on the table as well. That's a conversation for another day. So that's your 5-step pattern for today. Vehicle shopping, the why, the budget, and stick to the budget. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to tell you, just like Tony Miele said to me, do not call me for a single penny more. The budget's the budget. So now that's going to determine whether you're purchasing new or pre-owned. $74,000. I can't imagine that. And then the year, make, and model. That's going to make a difference too. The year, make, and model. Maybe what you want in your heart is not what you can afford. Period. That's where Mama Louise comes in. And then the road tests. That's preparing for the purchase. Very important last stage. So again, as I close, slow the decision process, friends. Slow it right down. Don't drink too much coffee that day. Decaf. No. Drink real coffee. That's right. Slow the decision process way down. Take a breath. In order for you to make a very important decision with knowledge, not emotion. Because the salespeople will pump you up so that you purchase by emotion, not by knowledge. Your little notebook that you got from the dollar store is going to be your best calculator and your best knowledge builder in helping you to determine which vehicle will really work for you. And again, it all comes back to, if it doesn't work with the budget, that car's off the table. Not now. Doesn't mean forever, just means no for now. That's all. I wanted an FJ many years ago, but it was a no for now. And then as my good friend Mike Basil would say, when the plant, it doesn't matter what happens. If that vehicle is meant for you, the barometric pressure will be perfect. The sun will align with all the planets. Everything will line up and the keys will come to your hand. And if you have to force it, then it's not really for you. Good advice from someone who's been in the car business for decades. Great advice. Very important. Even when I bought the 98 Honda CR-V, I bought it from my good friend Mike Basil down in Lockport. It was a trade-in at his Toyota dealership, and he called me and he said he knew my budget at that time. It's funny that my budget at that time was $14,000, and Mike left me a message. He said, "Jenkins, get down here. I've got your car for you. This is the one. Pay close attention." And that's how that came to be. Somebody watching out for you. And that's what you'll get at City Auto Sales and Leasing in Toronto. That's why they're with us. That's why they are a part of who Car Connection is. Because I know if you go there, it's the sale and everything is going to be handled without emotion. It's going to be making that purchase with a sound mind and body. So until tomorrow morning, we do have our maintenance schedule available now, fully revamped. It has its own profile page on our website. Limited quantity, folks, so when they're gone, they're gone. We'll do another run at some other time, but they're there and available for you. If you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, there's a serious special discount for you. So check that out at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com, and we'll see you tomorrow morning for another Motormouth morning drive at 8 a.m. So happy, healthy motoring, peace, patience, and kindness always. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.